Somewhere in a house near you, right now, a small predator is watching a large primate operate a can opener with what can only be described as pity. The primate is you. The predator has lived with you for years. It has watched you fail at almost every task a cat considers basic. You cannot climb the curtains. You cannot catch a moth. You sleep in one enormous vulnerable heap for 8 hours a night, on your back, in the open, making noise. And every morning, this small creature walks into your bedroom, sits on your chest, and stares at your face with an expression that scientists have now decoded. The expression is concern. In 2013, a British anthrozoologist at the University of Bristol named John Bradshaw published a book called Cat Sense. He had spent roughly 30 years studying what house cats actually perceive when they look at humans. The answer turned out to be one of the most quietly humiliating findings in modern animal behavior research. Cats do not think you are a different species. Dogs do. This is well documented. A dog behaves one way around other dogs and a completely different way around humans. They know we are separate. They have adapted an entire second social language just for us. The raised eyebrows, the head tilts, the specific bark that means the mailman is here, and I have opinions. Dogs treat humans as humans. Cats treat you as a cat. A large cat. A strange cat. A cat with a peculiar smooth face and a startling lack of fur, who inexplicably controls the food. But behaviorally, in every social gesture your cat performs, you are being greeted, groomed, corrected, and occasionally taught exactly the way another cat would be. Here is what nobody warns you about when you adopt one. When your cat rubs the side of its face against your leg, that is not affection in the way you understand affection. That is a scent marker. Cats have glands in their cheeks, forehead, and the base of the tail. When two cats who like each other meet, they perform a ritual called allorubbing. They press their faces and flanks together to blend their scents into a single group signature. Your cat is applying you to the family cloud. You have been added without your knowledge to a very small gang. When your cat presents its rear end to your face and lifts its tail, it is not being rude. It is offering you the highest trust greeting in the cat language. In a colony, only cats who deeply trust each other allow this inspection. You are being honored. You are also expected to reciprocate, which fortunately Bradshaw notes is not required of the human participant. When your cat kneads you with its paws, that is a nursing behavior from kittenhood. Your cat has decided you are, functionally, its mother. You are the mother. You are the sibling. You are the strange defective member of the group who needs help with everything. Consider the mouse. You have probably experienced this. Your cat catches something outside, or in the garage, or under the fridge. A mouse, a lizard, a large unfortunate cricket, and brings it to you. Sometimes alive, sometimes very much not alive, sometimes placed carefully on your pillow. And the standard human response is to be horrified, or confused, or to interpret it as some kind of grim offering. It is not an offering, it is a lesson. Mother cats bring prey back to their kittens in progressive stages. First, they bring dead prey to teach the kittens what food looks like. Then they bring injured prey to teach the kittens how to finish a kill. Then they bring live prey to teach the kittens how to hunt from scratch. This is a well-documented developmental sequence in every species of small wildcat, and it survives, fully intact, in the domestic house cat. Your cat has assessed your hunting skills. Your cat has concluded that you are, at best, at the dead prey stage of the curriculum. You have been living in a house filled with mice, birds, and squirrels for years, and you have not caught a single one. Your cat has noticed. The mouse on your pillow is remedial education. You are being tutored by a 4-kilogram animal who genuinely believes you might one day, with patience and repetition, learn to feed yourself. And it gets stranger. There is a specific vocalization cats make almost exclusively around humans. It is called the solicitation purr, and it was studied in 2009 by Karen McComb at the University of Sussex. She found that when cats want something from a human, food, attention, the door opened, they embed a high-frequency cry inside their normal purr. The cry sits in the same acoustic range as a human infant crying. It bypasses the logical part of your brain and hits the caregiving reflex directly. Cats do not do this with other cats. They developed it over roughly 10,000 years of living alongside us, specifically as a tool to manipulate the primate. Your cat has in essence engineered a small acoustic weapon that operates on your nervous system without your consent, and the only reason it exists is because we are so easy to trick that it evolved. You have never won an argument with your cat. You were never going to. Now think about what your house looks like from 3 inches off the floor. You are enormous. You are loud. You knock things over. You sit on furniture that is clearly designed for perching, but you sit on it wrong. You flatten yourself across it, sideways, exposing your entire soft belly, sometimes for hours. You leave food unattended on counters and then act surprised when it disappears. You go into a small room with running water and voluntarily submerge yourself, which is insane behavior your cat will never understand. Your cat watches all of this. Your cat has drawn conclusions. The conclusions are not flattering. Bradshaw and other researchers have found that cats who live with humans display, throughout their entire lives, a set of behaviors that in wild cats disappear after kittenhood. Purring, kneading, the high-pitched trill greeting, the rolling onto the back. These are juvenile behaviors. Adult wild cats do not do them, which means that the domestic cat, when it lives with you, remains developmentally frozen in a state of extended kittenhood, because from its perspective, it is still living with its mother. You are the mother it never left. You are why it never had to grow up, and here's the part that lands the hardest. In 2019, a study out of Oregon State University by Kristyn Vitale tested attachment styles in cats using the same protocol that developmental psychologists use to measure attachment in human babies. It's called the strange situation. You put a baby or a cat in a room with its caregiver, then briefly separate them, then reunite them. The reaction on reunion tells you what kind of bond exists. Roughly 65% of cats showed secure attachment to their humans. That is almost exactly the same rate as human infants show toward their parents. Our cat is not tolerating you. Your cat is bonded to you at the level of a child. The aloofness, the disdain, the walking away when you call, that is not distance. That is a securely attached being who knows you'll still be there when they come back. The reason your cat ignores you is that it does not have to worry about you. You have passed the test. You just also happen to be, in its eyes, a very large, very strange, very slow-learning cat who needs to be scent-marked, groomed, taught to hunt, and occasionally comforted with a small acoustic weapon. So the next time your cat sits across the room from you, staring with that specific expression humans have spent centuries trying to read, the one we call mysterious or judgmental or knowing, it is none of those things. It is patience. It is a small predator extending grace to a large one in the shared understanding that you will never be as good at being a cat as it is, and that is somehow okay. You were never in charge of that relationship. You are just a big, warm, defective housemate with opposable thumbs, and your cat, against all reasonable evolutionary expectations, has decided to keep you.